and welcome to Step Forward. My name is Deborah, and if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you especially, but please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, comment, share, like, and I hope this blesses you. So today we're going to be talking about something very important, which we hardly talk about, or which while we're growing up, we thought about, how to be nice, how to be good to other people, how to respect people, but and there's this very topic that probably me growing up or myself growing up, this is an area that wasn't really talked about, and this is a topic of anger. Anger. So what is anger? And so I think I'm going to start from there. So today we're going to be talking about anger. We're going to be talking about the misconception about anger, and also, what are the factors responsible? Can anger be a good thing? Is it a bad thing? So these are the things, are the areas I'm going to be covering on today's show. But please, as we carry along, don't forget to leave me a comment if you feel that you've experienced something like this. So what is anger? Anger is a strong feeling of annoyance, a strong feeling of displeasure, or towards how someone has been treated, towards, so it's basically a response to an unpleasant situation in which we think that we have been offended, in which we think that we have not been acknowledged the way we have to, or which we've not been valued, which we've not been listened to. So basically, this is what anger is all about. It is a feeling, and this feeling can be a feeling of displeasure, and it can show on your face, on your verbal expression. It can also show through your general body gesture. So basically, anger is a feeling of displeasure. But there is a misconception about anger. We always think that anger or being angry is a bad thing. And that's what I wanted to address today. So I was reading a book recently. The book is from Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, and the book is titled The Surprising Purpose of Anger. And when I saw this book, I was like, whoa, so what is the purpose of anger than, to spoil things, or make other person involved also feel offended? But to my surprise, the book starts by explaining why anger is a gift, why anger is a blessing. I remember working with someone who can't, whenever she's upset, you can't know. It doesn't show on his or her face. And it's something I never understood, and I realized that there are some nerves in this person's body that weren't active, or those nerves that will make you to see that someone is really upset were not there. Probably they were dead, they were inactive. I don't know how to explain that because I'm not a medical doctor. And reading through this book, it says that anger is a gift. And it's a gift. How is it a gift? So anger, basically, the author says that it's a gift that challenges us to connect to the unmet needs in our lives. And what are those unmet needs? So this unmet needs basically triggers the action, the reaction that we see in people, the raising of voices that we see in people. And I kind of link that to a saying, or things that I've already believed, things that has happened in my life personally that has helped me to step forward to another level. And I realized, looking closer at my own personal life, that if I am not dissatisfied with my current situation, I kind of stay there because I'm enjoying it. But the moment I felt, no, I'm no more enjoying this, I need to step out of the zone. There's this hunger, probably let me call it a holy hunger, or there is this feeling that, no, this is not for me. I'm not happy here. I need to do something. I need to do something better. I need to move to the next level. So there's this hunger that I always experience. But I remember discussing this with with a pastor, a very close friend of mine. And he said, anger is not part of the fruit of the Spirit, which is true. If you're a Christian, you will agree with me that, in the Bible, we have the fruit of the Spirit. And anger is never one of them. And I do agree with that. But also reading this book as well and linking it to my own personal life experience of how I've been able to move to the next level, to the next level, and to the next and to the next in my own personal life, has always been a displeasure of my current state. But today, let's concentrate on the not so good side of hunger. So, what are responsible for hunger? Or what is responsible? What are the factors responsible for hunger? One of it could be injustice. We've seen injustice all over the world, injustice within our family setting, local settings, government settings, educational settings. So, this kind of injustice could also make someone to get angry. I remember moving to the UK, I realized that when people said I get mad, so mad is not only being mad, could also mean being hungry. Yeah. So what are those things that make us mad? But it's a word I don't really love to use. So probably it's a childish word. I need to find out more. So it might be humiliation. Have you ever been humiliated and you felt, no, this is just too much for me? This is the height of it. And you become upset, you become angry. So it shows that there is a need that has not been met, such as probably being treated unfairly. You might be treated unfairly than probably your colleague at work. You're treated unfairly than your siblings. You're treated unfairly than your other mates. When the person who is sick, for instance, is in a state of hopelessness, probably the person has tried, several means to get out of the situation that they find themselves. Unfortunately, nothing seems to be working. They've been in that situation for so long. That could also lead to anger. And if you've ever worked in the care setting or hospital setting, sometimes we see how patients, how service users get upset at the staff that works with them. And sometimes it's not a thing that they have control over. It's due to the hopeless situation that they find. It could be that the hopeless situation they find themselves, or the pain that they were going through, triggers those emotions that we see. Remember, anger, as defined, is a feeling of unpleasant. It's a feeling that naturally happens whenever someone is in an unpleasant situation. So what other thing could be responsible for hunger? What other social factors could be responsible? We've seen people, we've seen different changes within our social environment or within our society that were brought about by someone being angry, by someone being upset. So we all, if for those who can remember the death of George Floyd, how he was killed in an inhuman way, how upset, how people feel that this is an injustice. It doesn't matter whether you're black or white. We see a lot of white people also that also supported those who started the peaceful protest. So it's a feeling of unpleasant situation, unpleasant event that also led to that. So which is, that could be one of the importance or the benefit of anger, because it's brought about a change. What other thing could be responsible? When people have, we grew up experiencing different unpleasant situation, different challenging situation during childhood, which we call the childhood trauma. Sometimes it could be trauma from accident, trauma from being treated unfairly at a particular stage in our lives. So remembering those events as well could also bring about the display that we see, the emotion, the feeling of anger in people's lives. So what about stress? So not recently, majority of people are currently going through this stressful situation. I myself not excluded, so I'm included. So we all go through certain stressful situations in our various in our various lives, which could bring about anger. And now that I've been able to, that we've been able to learn, some of the causes of anger. Now think about your personal life. What are those things that get you upset? Do you have control over them? What are those things that get you angry? Think about them. And now I'm going to be moving to the link. So is anger, is it the same as violence? No. Is anger the same as violence? I'm going to repeat that. The answer is no. There is a difference between anger and violence. So remember, anger is a feeling, but violence is a behavior. Whoa, I can't stand that. I'm sorry. So violence is a behavior that is intended to cause harm to oneself or to others. You can be violent to yourself. So we've seen different violence behavior displayed by people towards themselves, or even towards other people, or even towards things. But there is one common factor. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes anger could lead to violence. We've seen some people getting angry, due to probably a disagreement between two or more people, leading to breaking of TV, breaking of car, what's it called, car window screen and all that. Breaking of things, breaking into shops, malls. We've seen quite a lot of that. So that that's a very good example of how and anger can lead to violence, but not all the time. So once an anger begin to lead to a violence behavior, then there is a problem. That is problematic, and that's where we need to seek help. So the Bible also says that in your hunger, do not sin. In your hunger, do not sin. Do not say bad things to God because you are hungry. Do not say bad things about yourself, about others when you are upset. Rather, just express the purpose of your hunger, why you are hungry. So express your feelings. So I believe in so doing, we would not fall into sin as Christians. The Bible also says that, we should be quick to hear. So which means we need to have good listening ears, listen to the concerns of other people, but slow to speak. So slow to speak. Listen to the concerns of other people, but slow. You don't express your own side of things in a harsh way. These days I've seen people getting upset and throwing abusive words at each other on the social media, hitting each other. That's no more anger. That is violence. And remember the slogan, say no to violence. So let's say no to violence within our family circle, or within our family setting, within our circle of influence, at work, everywhere we find ourselves. Please, let's say no to violence, and let's use our anger to better our community, to better our whole lifestyle, our living standard, to bring about justice where there is injustice. And for those whose anger has become a non-controllable thing, whose anger has become a non-controllable experience, I would advise that you seek help. If you're here in the UK, we have KOOT, spelled as KOOTH, pronounced as KOOT. So if you're in the UK here, Google KOOT. You are, there is support available if you need anger management support, or advice or classes. They'll be able to help you. And there's also the NHS helpline is also there. KOOT is also part of the NHS service, so it was commissioned by NHS as well. So if you're having anger management problem, type KOOT. You don't have to go there. You don't have to speak to anyone personally. And all you can seek help through chat. So there is online support available. If and whatever support you are getting, it is purely confidential. So no one is going to share your information with any member of your families, with your friends. So that's not going to happen. So the support you are getting is confidential. We also have the Better Help. So there is Better Help, BETTER, then help. So there is betterhelp.com. So they're also able to help with anger management problem. And I hope that you've been able to learn one or two things from today's video. And please, if this blesses you, if you're affected or in any way, leave your comment. Or if you've been able to deal with anger management issue through any other link or through personal lifestyle change, leave your comment. Other people might be able to learn from your comment as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again.